Hello and welcome to the Konvergent Video Series for the week of June 15th. The top things we'll be covering on this week's video are first the markets. So we saw the S&P 500 down about 4.8% for the week last week, following a lot of pessimistic guidance from the Fed on how quickly the economy will open, as well as increasing fears on the number of COVID cases across the globe. Second, on the economic data front, we saw 1.5 million new claims for unemployment, while the continuing claims for unemployment remained pretty flat, around 21 million. So the bottom line, it looks like uncertainty and volatility is likely here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future. So on the markets, as I mentioned, the markets were down about 4.8% for the week last week. And the big drivers for that were first the Fed. So they came out with their announcement on Wednesday that they're going to keep rates at zero for the foreseeable future, which is generally positive from a market standpoint, because that really shows their commitment to keep liquidity flowing into the system. However, in their press release as well as their press conference, it was very clear from Chairman Powell that they're very pessimistic on how quickly the economy really is going to recover in the near future. So we saw the markets fall at the end of the day on Wednesday, and then coming into Thursday, we saw additional announcements around fears of COVID cases increasing across the globe. So between those two items, we saw the market down about 6% in just one day on Thursday. And again, for the week, the market was down about 4.8%, which made it its worst week since March. On the economic data front, we saw 1.5 million new claims for unemployment. So from the chart, we're starting to see some improvement, continued improvement in those new claims. However, from a historical perspective, 1.5 million claims by itself would still be historically high. And so, still some troubling news there. On the continuing claims, which I believe is the more important metric to follow because that shows how many people are staying on unemployment benefits, we saw that number stay pretty flat, around 21 million for the week. And when we look at the bigger picture, if we include all of the programs available for unemployment, total unemployment reported by the BLS came in around 30 million for the week of May 23rd. So if we look back at last week's announcement on the unemployment rate for May, if you added in the total number instead of just the numbers reported for that percentage, the number would not be 13% like was announced. It would actually be closer to 19 or 20%. So still a lot of challenges and a lot of fears out there in terms of what's going to happen with the job market during this economic recovery. So bottom line, with all of that, between the pessimistic news on how quickly the Fed believes the markets and economy will recover, between rising coronavirus cases, also just the general economic data that we're seeing coming out, along with a lot of things we mentioned last week. We got corporate earnings coming out in the next month. We've got these stimulus packages beginning to run out over the next couple of months. And we're also heading into election season, which could cause a lot of additional volatility. So with all of that, we're remaining pretty cautious on how we're approaching this. We still believe we're early in this overall process as we see the total economic damage from the shutdowns. So again, we're going to remain cautious in how we're approaching things for the near term. So with that, if you have any questions on your individual portfolio, individual situation, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd be happy to go over that and do a diagnostic with you on your individual situation. So with that, one announcement for the week. This coming Thursday in the evening, we've got Chef Val Smith coming back to do a happy hour to give some grilling ideas ahead of Father's Day. So we'd love to see you all. It'd be fun to see you all at least virtually and raise a glass and say hello. But with that, we hope you have a great week, and we look forward to talking with you soon.